In this video, we are going to discuss the linked list data structure and the algorithm to delete nodes from it. We will see how to delete a node at a specific index. I will give you a line by line simple explanation of all the code that we will be writing in this video. Watch this video till the end, as I will also show you visually how to construct logic while writing linked list algorithms. My name is Aditya Shenoy from Brainy Things, where I make programming simple and fun. YouTube statistics show that some of you who watch my videos are not subscribed to this channel, so if you end up liking this video, please consider subscribing. It is free and you can always change your mind in future. Before constructing the linked list class, we will first create the node class. I will define a class, I will name it as node, and inside this I will define the constructor by defining the double underscore init function. Apart from self parameter, this constructor will have a data parameter, so that we can set self.data is data. This data will be the data of the node of the linked list. And as the linked list will be a single linked list, each node will have a next pointer. So we will have self.next is none initially. So as we construct the linked list, this self.next will point to some other nodes in the linked list. So let's execute this. So class node is done. Now we can start writing the code for the linked list class. So class linked list, like this. Again, a constructor def init self. And as we have already covered how to insert nodes to the linked list in the previous videos, so we will be inserting nodes to the linked list in the constructor itself. If you are not sure how inserting nodes in the linked list works, you can definitely check out the videos in the iCard above and in the description below. So in this, I will pass an array of elements. I will initially set self.head is none. This self.head will point to the first node in the linked list, and initially, as there are no nodes in the linked list, it will point to a none value. And we will iterate for element in array, and as we are appending the array elements to the beginning of the list, we need to traverse the elements of the array in reverse, so that the order in the array is preserved in the linked list as well. So we are using a slice operator, double colon and -1, like this. Inside this, we will create a new node variable and call the node constructor that we have created and pass the element that we have that we are iterating for. And then we will set new node dot next is self.head, current self.head, and after this we will set self.head to the new node. And these three lines are the code to insert nodes at the beginning of the linked list. So I have made a detailed video and all the visualization and boundary cases, so you can definitely check out that video if you are not sure how this code works. So by this, the constructor is done. Now we can start writing the code for the string function, because we want to visualize the linked list as we go on. And if we define the double underscore string function, we can pass the custom objects like custom class that we are creating over here inside the print function. So I will create a function double underscore string like this with just self parameter. Inside this, I will initialize a result list and a node that will start iterating from self.head. While there are nodes in the linked list, we will append to the result the string representation of node.data. And after appending the node.data to the result list, we will proceed with the next node by node equal to node.next. Then after all the nodes are processed and the while loop breaks, we will return a arrow separated elements which are present in the result, like this. Now as we are done with defining all the constructors and extra functions to construct the linked list, we can start writing the code for the delete index function. So I will create a function delete index like this, and apart from the self parameter, we need to pass the index in which we want to delete the node at. So first, the valid range of the index parameter is 0 to n minus 1, because we are following the zero based indexing, and so any other index value should be a boundary condition for us. So first we will see a very simple boundary condition, that is if index is negative, that is if index is less than 0, we will straight away return a raise an index error and state a message that negative index is not valid, so that the programmer who uses this function can understand by this error message why this index error has been raised. Now if the index is positive or 0, if we can visualize the linked list, if we want to delete any node in the linked list, we have to update the previous node to it, so that we can update the next pointer of the previous node to the next pointer of the deleted node, if you can visualize that. If you can't visualize that, don't worry, we will be doing the dry run and visualizing the code after completion of this code. In short, we need to keep track of the previous node. We will initially set that to a none value, and we also need to keep track of the current node. So I will name that as node, and as we are starting the traversal by self.head, so current node will be initially self.head. It will make sense because uh, there is no node previous to the self.head, and so the previous is none. We will iterate while there are nodes in the linked list and the index has not been exhausted. And why this index will be exhausted, because in our code we will be decrementing the index parameter itself instead of keeping a separate variable for it. And so we will come to know that we have reached the node to be deleted when the index becomes 0, and if the index past is 0, we will not at all enter the while loop, and so we know that the node to be deleted is the self.head. So the basic logic will be like this, and if we have not reached the index, we need to proceed with the next node. So after the iteration, the previous will become the current node and node will become the node.next, like this. And to exhaust the index, we need to decrement the index variable. Now there are two reasons why this while loop will break. So one, when the node becomes none, that means the index is still not exhausted, and that means we have passed an index greater than the length of the linked list, and so that is a boundary case. For normal cases, the index will exhaust and the node will have a not none value. And inside this, we have two cases. We have just discussed that if we want to delete any node, we have to update the node previous to that. But what will happen if we want to delete the first node in the linked list? And so there will be no node previous to that. And so this will be the value, like the previous will point to a none value and node will point to self.head. That is, we want to delete the first node of the linked list. So we have to check if previous node exists. If previous exists, then we will do previous.next is node.next. That means previous.next was initially node, and so we are setting previous.next is node.next, and so there is no node that is referencing the node variable, and so technically we have deleted that node, but we have to free up the space. That we will do in some time. And if the previous node is none, that is in the else condition, we know that the node to be deleted is the first node in the linked list. So we have to update the self.head instead of the previous, and we will set that to node.next again. And in both these cases, we have deleted some node, and that node is present in the node variable, so we need to free up the space by using the delete keyword, like this, delete node. But if this node condition has becomes false, that means node is none, index has not been exhausted but node has become none, So we know that index that is passed inside this function is greater than or equal to the length of linked list. And inside this else clause, we can raise index error by stating the message that so we are clearly stating that negative index and index greater than or equal to the length of the linked list is not allowed. So the valid range of index parameter is 0 to n minus 1. So as we have completed all the boundary conditions as well as non-boundary conditions, we can now do a dry run and see how this code works. So let's visualize this code. Suppose we have a linked list, initial linked list with three nodes, node 1, node 2 and node 3 by the constructor only. So let's create that. Every linked list will have a head pointer, and as we have discussed, that will be three nodes. Like this. So suppose if we pass an index of -1 or any other negative index, it will first go into this if condition, and any index negative will become true over here, and it will raise index error, and it will not proceed with any of the code. So negative index will not change the linked list at all. Now suppose we pass an index in non-boundary case. Suppose we pass an index of 1, that is we want to delete node 2. So index 1 will be passed, previous will be set to none. So like this, I will denote uh, a none value by pointing to nothing. So like this, and a node variable will also be created which will initially point to self.head, that is a node that is pointed by the self.head, like this. And we need to keep track of the index as well, so I will keep that track of over here. So index is 1 while node, so node is not none, that is good. Index is not 0. So in Python, if we pass an integer inside this boolean function, the boolean expression, it will check if the integer is not 0. And for objects like this node, it will check if the object is not none. So both these conditions are true, so it will enter the while loop, and it will do previous equal to node, like this, and node is node.next, like this. And after the iteration, it will look like this, and the index will become decremented by 1, and so index will become 0. In the again, the while condition will check while node is not none, it is pointing to a not none value, but index has become 0. So because of the AND operator, one of the conditions becomes false, so everything becomes false, and it will exit out of the while loop. And as you can see that the node is pointing to that node that we want to delete, so it will check if which of the two conditions was responsible for breaking this while loop. So it now knows that node was not none, so it was the index, that is we have reached the index. It will check if there is a previous node. Yes, the previous node is there, so previous dot next, that is this arrow will point to node.next, that is node 3. And if we rearrange this so that we can see the arrows, you can see that node 2 is technically deleted because from self.head there is no arrow that can reach node 2, so it has been deleted from the linked list. But to free up the space, we are deliberately deleting the node 2, so over here, so like this. And all the temporary variables are also deleted after the function returns. So after deleting the list will look like this with two nodes. Now let's see a boundary condition, not a boundary condition, but we should also consider this as a boundary condition, that is operations on the end of the linked list. So let's see if we again pass an index of 1. So the parameter is 1, that is we want to delete the last node in the linked list. Index is not less than 0, so this will become false. Again, a previous will be created, and again I will denote that by pointing to nothing, that is previous is none, and a node will be created. that will initially point to where self.head is pointing. Now it will check in the while loop, node is not none, index is not 0, so it will enter the while loop. Previous will point to node, node will point to node.next, index will decrement by 1 like this, and after this iteration the list will look like this. So again the while loop will check node is not none, yes node is not none, but index has become 0, so while loop will become false, while condition will become false. It will go over here, it will check if node is not none, yes node is not none, so it will enter here. If previous, so previous pointer is there. So as you can see, it is exactly the same as the non-boundary condition, even though the node to be deleted is present at the end of the list, because we are just considering that the node to be deleted should have a node previous to that, and we don't care about the node after that. So this line will continue, will state that previous dot next, that is this arrow will point to node dot next like this. And so again, from self.head, node 3 is not reachable, so technically it is deleted, but to free up space we will use the delete keyword and delete all the temporary variables after the function returns. So the final list will look like this with just a single node. Now let's see another boundary condition, that is if we pass an index that is greater than or equal to the length of the linked list. That is, in this case the current length of the list is 1. So if we pass an index of 1 or more, so it should raise an error because there are no nodes at that index. So let's see if we pass an index of 1. Index 1 is not less than 0, this will become false. Previous will be initialized normally, again that will point to a none value, and a node variable will also be created like this, and it will point where self.head is pointing. It will the while condition will check while node, so and index we have passed as 1 over here, so that is there. While node, so node is not none and index is not 0, so both these conditions are true. It will enter the while loop. Previous will become node, node will become node dot next, index will be decremented by 1, that is it will become 0. And now it will check while node. So even though the zero index is 0, but node is also become has also become none, so it doesn't matter if the index was 0 or more than that, it will break out of the while loop because of this AND operator, and node has also become none, so one of the conditions will become false. It will check if node, but node is none over here, so it will go in the else clause. This means that it knows that there is no node that present at that index, so it will raise an index error stating that index greater than or equal to length of the list, so that is not valid. And after the function returns, all the temporary variables will be deleted, but as you can see, the original list was not altered at all, and so this boundary condition has safely preserved the list. Now the boundary case, that is we want to delete the node at the beginning of the list, so we are passing an index of 0. So 0 is not less than 0, so this will become false. Previous will be initialized to a none value like this, again denoting that by pointing to a nothing, and a node variable will be created that will initially point to self.head like this. While node is not none, but index is 0, so it will not enter the while loop. It will check if node, so node is not none, so it will enter the if condition. It will check if previous is there, previous is none, so this will become false. It will go into the else clause. Else clause states that self.head, that is this, should point to node.next. Node.next is none, but it can be any node also, so that doesn't matter. And after this, delete node will be there, so node will be deleted and all the temporary variables will be deleted along with this index parameter. So after this statement execution, The final linked list will contain 0 nodes, that is head is pointing to a none value indicates that linked list does not contain any node. So now as we have done the dry run and visualized all the boundary cases as well as non-boundary cases, we can execute this code and see the actual working of the code. So I will create an object of linked list by calling the constructor of the linked list class that we have created. Inside the constructor we can pass the same numbers, the same data as we have seen in the visualization, that is 1 2 3. Initially we will print the linked list so that we can verify that the linked list has been created correctly. Yes, 1 2 and 3 in this right order. Now as the example was there, we will delete index 1 and see by printing the linked list after deleting. Yes, index 1 uh, had node 2 and that has been deleted successfully. I will copy these two lines and paste it over here, and the next condition, the next will not change because we had tested by passing index equal to 1 so that the last node will get deleted. And so after executing this again, node 3 that was present at index 1 got deleted. Now we can test for boundary cases. So what if we pass an index, a negative index? So that will lead to an index error. In negative index is not valid. And if we pass an index greater than the length of the linkage, that is 2 or any other value greater than or equal to 1, it will again raise an index error but with different error message, index greater than or equal to length of the list. So now we can see the last boundary case, that is we want to delete the node at the beginning of the list. And after this you can see a blank line over here, that means all the nodes of the linked list has been deleted. So this is how you write the code for linked list data structure and algorithm to delete nodes at a specific index. The time complexity of this algorithm is linear, that is O of n, as the node to be deleted can be at the end of the list or not present at all in the list. So we have to traverse the entire list in the worst case. Deleting nodes at the beginning, if used with inserting nodes at the beginning and end, can construct stack and queue. Stacks and queues are very useful in various applications. Deleting nodes from the middle is also useful as this makes updating the linked list data structure more flexible than arrays. If you ended up liking this video, please press that like button, comment any feedback that you have for this video or this channel, share this video with your friends. The code that I write in all my videos of this channel is available in my GitHub profile, whose link is in the description. You can connect to me via LinkedIn, whose link is again in the description. If you want to see a line-by-line explanation of data structures and algorithms like this, check out the playlist over here. If you want to learn Python built-in functions along with various Python features, tips, tricks, and real project examples, then check out the playlist over here. If you want to see a hands-on game development project, check out the playlist over here. And I will see you in the next video.